Hello everyone, I'm back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the main event series 158, Trick Williams. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. I have not posted since before the holidays, so again, just hope everyone enjoyed your time with family and friends. I certainly did. I am already looking forward to the Christmas holiday, and we're going to get into this figure. Oh, before I start, my goodness, been a while since I've done a figure review. The other figures in this series, we have Roman Reigns, Damian Priest, which I definitely want to get that figure. I've seen the Damian Priest figure quite a bit, I believe. Have not picked up on it, pulled the trigger. Kofi Kingston and Obafemi. I love Obafemi. He is one of my favorite young wrestlers in WWE, up and coming guys. I've not seen that figure in person. I do not believe so, but if I do, I would need to get that. But Trick Williams, very interesting guy. Another bright light in WWE's future. Trick, unless he does something extremely stupid or gets on someone's bad side, or really has like a Matt Riddle career trajectory, which I did not see for him. I did not see him being that stupid. He should be a huge star for the next several years in WWE. Trick has everything on the outside and a little on the inside. And on the inside too, what WWE looks for in a top guy. He has the size, he has the look, he can talk, very charismatic, and he is not a bad worker. He has improved a great deal as a wrestler over the last year, really, since this TNA and WWE partnership has revved up. He has improved leaps and bounds working with different people, outside of TNA. He's outside of, NXT. He's worked with Mike Santana. He's worked with Joe Hendry. And those are just two names off the top of my head. And Joe Hendry is not by any means to me a great worker, but he's worked with a lot of people that have, I think, it's improved him as an overall in-ring performer. And I just think that his TNA run, because he actually did hold the TNA championship, TNA world title for a few months, I think that really helped him just come along as an overall performer. So I see very big things for this guy. He's already a two-time NXT champion, has had some pretty, great matches. And he has it, and I think he has been in NXT a little too long. I do not see him being in NXT past WrestleMania. I think that he will be on the main roster permanently very, very soon. So, but yeah, here we go. And a couple of other things about Trick. He came in, and this is all, of course, Wikipedia, but he played football. He actually played football with Hampton University, fellow HBCU. I'm an Aggie, North Carolina A&T State University, so when I saw that, I was pretty surprised. But he transferred to University of South Carolina, the Gamecocks, and finished out his college career there, and even was invited to attend the Philadelphia Eagles minicamp in 2018. He did not make, the main squad, but he was invited to attend. So it has a pretty, good football background. And again, just knowing that he played at Hampton University, that was pretty cool. And let's get into the figure. So here we go. We got the gray and black going on, and I like I like it a lot. I like the contrast, especially with the boots. You got one boot that has the regular, what would you call that? The regular kick pad, just a regular standard wrestling boot. But then the other one has like the, I don't know, kind of mosaic, almost kind of like, I don't know what you call mosaic, swervy design, but I like that. I like the contrast between the two. The knee pad as well. Then over here is a more traditional knee pad that has the word Thick James on it. And then on the side of the pants, as a matter of fact, if you pull the arm up, you see his, I'm assuming that's his face. Looks like it on that side. Pretty cool. And then on the other side, you have that design again, which is prevalent on that size, actually it's mixed. Okay, actually it's reversed. Okay. But the side, yeah, so you have that same design that you saw on what would be my on his, or on you watching on his left boot. For me, it'll be the right one. And face head scan. I mean, head scan looks great. I mean, these main event scans, they are elite quality these days. This looks just like Trick Williams. I mean, you got the $1 million smile, the hair, really good features on the hair. You see the nice fade, you know, the nice trim, and then with the dreads, I mean, very, very good look. So again, a pretty solid figure of a guy who I expect big things from on the main roster. And I was even listening to a podcast recently where someone was discussing that he should be the one to accept and what's his name, Ilya Dragunov's U.S. title open challenge, because they actually had some pretty good matches, and actually he beat Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship back in, I believe that was 2024. So there is some history there with these two. So again, maybe something to consider down the road, or maybe his entry into, you know, the SmackDown roster, or no, the main roster period. But again, a guy I expect huge things from in the future. And the funniest thing, one of the funny things about Trick too, is that, you know, he came in with Carmelo Hayes, and, you know, at the time, Carmelo was awesome worker, NXT North American champion for a long time. And, you know, Trick was like his hype man, you know, kind of hype man manager. But then Trick slowly, surely started getting over. And then they had, you know, the feud. And Trick became the toppest guy in NXT himself. And it's just interesting because I always felt that if you know, and I said this, I mean, man, this had to have been 2023 when they were still, you know, teaming. But I always thought that of these two guys, Carmelo and Trick, who would have the brighter future on the main roster? No question, even at that time, it would be Trick, just because of the size alone, just the size and, you know, the physical aspects that WWE looks for. But over time, you know, he's added the other aspects too. And again, I expect him to be huge unless he just, you know, does something extremely unsmart and, you know, something I don't see him doing, because he has a good head on his shoulders. I haven't heard any of him being involved in any controversy or anything like that behind the scenes. Good guy. I expect huge things from him. And he was also recently engaged to Lash Legend, who another NXT standout, who recently made her main roster debut. So just interesting. So he may be joining her on that main roster very, very soon, and then they can both be a family, a couple making, you know, main roster money together. So that's all the better. But again, that's all for this video today. Hope you have enjoyed it. As you see, it is freezing outside in North Carolina, so I will not be doing a lot of videos outside for the time being. I'm doing these in my living room, so I like this setup a lot more, a lot less chilly. But again, hope you've enjoyed these videos. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for responding to the WrestleK pics I posted last week. I love that. It was just cool seeing some of the guys and girls I grew up watching. There was like a lot of current guys too. A lot of people from AEW were there. So if you're in the North Carolina area or on this side of, you know, the country, definitely check out WrestleK. It's a convention that they have in Winston-Salem every year on Thanksgiving weekend. This is my second time going, and it is just a blast just to, you know, be in the atmosphere of just some of the guys, you know, you grew up watching, and some very popular wrestlers, major stars today. Okada was there, Jushin Liger from the Hardys, Chris Statlander, just to name a few. Trish Stratus, Sergeant Slaughter. So you get kind of the old and the new guys there, old and present guys there. So pretty good time. And I think that is it. So hope you all have a great rest of the day. Take it easy, and I will talk to you again after a while. Peace.